And what are we doing in the garden today? My daughter and I are going to spend the afternoon planting up succulents. We've got a lot of choices that we'd made at Meadowview earlier and some of the other garden centers, so we're going to get those all planted up today. So join us, it'll be fun. Couple of plants here. We're getting ready to put them in the pot. And I've got this. And this one, I think this one was called Fine Leaf Gold according to the stick that was in there, but it doesn't give any other note other than its variety. So not real sure what that is, but we're going to put these two together in a white pot. Okay, ready? I should have put this on a tripod and then we could both work together. And that'll be okay. I think that looks good.
Oh, he's so dry.
This one's cute. Love grows here. Isn't that a cute pot? Now that's not a hypertufa. This is a little one that we drilled a hole in the bottom. It did not have a hole. So we've put one in the bottom. And it just came in these tiny little Dixie cup pots. I think these are some of the ones we got at the Meadowview Growers. Hi, TJ.
Push the dog down.
Hi, Bubba.
That looks good. I think it looks real nice.
Look at my ring, TJ. It's like nothing's in it except for my ring.
I'll probably have to do voiceover this last part.
Yeah.
It looks good. You can see the tiny, tiny little threadlets of that one. It really looks good. And there was a little leftover piece right here. A little piece broke off. We're going to use it too, because that should root real easily, as succulents will do.
I would just take her. Just like this again.
Looks good. We'll take it out and water it. And there goes another pot, a plant. Looks wonderful. Oh, that's going to look really good. We're just going to give it a nice drink because it was so dry out here in the heat. It's such a hot, humid day. We're ready to get that planted. Isn't that going to be pretty? Love it.
What are you doing? Screaming at him. Oh, dude. It was ridiculous.
Okay. What we're going to do here, we've got this little pot. We just put the hole in it. And we have this particular, I think it's a non-hardy succulent. It is Sedum pork and beans. And we're going to plant that into this little pot. I think it's a really cute match. So the only thing that we need to do is take a coffee filter and we stuff it down in there. And then, of course, here in my garden shop, I have my bin full of our garden soil. So I've got access to the garden soil. I can just bring some over here. And we are ready to put it in. Should I get the scoop?
Here, I'll get it.
There we go. Nice and fluffy garden soil.
Let me take a little bit out.
Yeah, the particular tag in this one says annual from Meadowview Growers. So this, in the way they label theirs, it would be a non-hardy. So it would have to be brought in here in Ohio in the wintertime. So we're going to get this planted. Kind of loosen up the roots a little bit, and here we go. We'll get it so that the top level kind of matches the surrounding soil. It's going to do really, really good. And I think it's a cute little pot. It has a little drain dish and everything. I think it looks real good. We can do an overhead shot like we're doing a cooking video. Those are pretty cool. This is a real nice plant. It is very similar in a giant capacity to our little coral carpet. It just has a lot bigger little lobes. So all that's needed would be for us to water it up. This on the outdoor table where it's going to be. We'll put a little water in it to get the roots settled. But that's going to look really, really good. You can see my little baby sunrose is getting a little flower there. That's going to be a really nice plant. Looks good. The next plant that we're going to do is in quite a bit bigger pot. And so I've got a bigger tub. This is one of my almost hypertufa containers. Light as a feather. And we freshened a little bit of the paint on it so it looks all ready. And the plant will be this Sedum, and if I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's Sedum dasyphilum. And this one is supposed to be one that is hardy in my zone. It says the hardiness zone is zone 4 to 9. If I can get that in focus. Zone 4 to 9. Now, I've had limited success with this one, but we're going to sure try with this. So my daughter's getting the dirt all ready from our bin.
I'm gonna.
I think the color combination of this is really going to be good. Looks really good. I like that color. Okay, that looks good. Are we going to need any more soil?
Let's see. Oh yeah.
I think we better bring it up, but not too much. I've got the over here.
Does that look good?
I think that'll
Fill
look
him
just
up.
right.
We're going to have to hold his little
Okay.
edges up.
Here, I'll hold him up. I'll try to.
Because he's about right there. I think he's just perfect.
Try to do this. And do you think you need any more dirt?
I think
Any
we
more
need
soil?
more dirt. There you go.
Okay.
You ready to pour it in?
here comes some more on this side. Is that going to work? And just kind of swivel it. Want to swivel it toward you?
Yeah. And then I'm going to pick his little hair up. Just pull his little hairs. Oops. Got a little bit of a large clump there.
And this was in stages of bloom. You can see where the little strands have blossomed. We have little tiny white flowers like that. So they really look good.
I think that's good enough, Mom. I think that looks good, don't you?
It looks wonderful. It's a pretty color combination, I think.
I think it looks great.
And then that little strand of flowers, that's the one that has finished already. So we might have some seeds that'll fall down and help fill this in. And once the water settles, after we water this, then we may need to add just a little more soil or even a top dressing of gravel.
Look at that beautiful.
That's really going to be a cute flower.
It's so beautiful.
Looks nice. Okay, now we'll take this out right onto the deck. Carried out. Here we've carried it out, and I have it just sitting on one of the chairs now, and we're going to water it. It's getting later in the evening, and the sun is coming over the house, so I don't want to give it too much water because we don't like it to be damp overnight. I'll give it a good soaking tomorrow morning. But it looks really, really good.
I think that color is really nice.
I think that's going to be a nice, nice pot for it. Looks good. Nice plant. Okay. And that's the last one that we have available right now to plant.
No.
The last one I have to plant is an erodium. And I have had this one in a pot for a while, and there just hasn't come up a pot that's right for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the ground next to some of my hypertuva pots that we already have. And this one is not hardy. If I don't bring it in the wintertime, then it will die. So we're going to dig a hole right here and plant it in this soft mulch. This will be near the cherry tree and by a couple other tuba pots. And this should do really, really well. And it's sunny, but partially shady. This is the western side of the house. I'm going to pull some of the soil from around the roots. Swear my glasses.
Do you think that's a large enough hole, Mom?
I think that looks good.
Had to break through
Okay, what do you think?
that fabric cloth.
What do you think?
I think I've got it too deep.
Put a little bit more in the bottom.
Yeah. Now do it.
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. And then we will push some up around it. I need a glasses strap. Now, I'm sure he'll recover real well. And He is a spring bloomer, but my experience is that it blooms all year long, as long as it stays moist and healthy. And it can dry out some because I have had it in hypertufa a lot. Now we get a little water on it, and it'll be between this trough and this one. And here we go with the water. I think he looks real good. Or I think in this case it's a she. And this one says Erodium Charm is what he's labeled, or she's labeled. And over here is my geranium blushing turtle, and it's still blooming, doing real well. And the Johnson blue also. But I think that's going to look real well right in here with my hostas, the cherry, and my spirea. This is what we've accomplished in the garden today. Thanks for joining us.